He's a Kalashtar, yeah. So he does have that. That also means that he has telepathy. So if he wants to, he can just reach out and speak to you in mind words.
Yeah. But he can't read mind, right? He can just communicate, I believe.
He can communicate.
He can't see your mind,
Yeah. He's not gonna be able to see. He has Discord, but he doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah. The interesting stuff is Callum seems to be reluctant to even go back or try to retake the Quasar. I can't remember the place name. Yeah. Because from what we learned, the backstory of the Kalashtars, they were, a part of the group, but they were the good guys, basically. Let me see. Yeah,
well,
has the passive ritual. Yeah,
like him going to the place that we were trying to get to is extraordinarily dangerous for
Sir Lona.
Lashtars in general. So it's like he's taking a huge risk, right?
Yeah.
So
even taking his boat and dropping us off there is like a huge risk.
But that's the interesting part. Like, so I have we don't have a lot of knowledge about Sir Lona, but we know it's a psychic empire. So what if we have something that could, like I mentioned, I believe in past sessions, to shield us from their detection? Like, they wouldn't know a thing if they don't see a thing.
I mean, there's a possibility,
they don't sense anything.
I think the issue, I don't think it's going to fix I think, also the other real problem is that Callum fucking hates my guts.
Yeah.
And
I feel like he's just not willing to risk it because there's not much for him.
I think it's both.
Yeah.
I think it's also. I think honestly, if I was not part of the equation, I think he would probably be slightly more on board for taking a riskier venture.
Maybe.
To this place. But I think the fact that I'm around, is
he might be on board just to. Well, he might be on board if. Bartholomew just want to point out he might be on board if it meant getting rid of you.
Oh,
yeah.
So if I just die, okay, cool.
That much hate, huh?
I'll gladly throw myself into
that much hate.
Hey, listen, I already died once. I can do it again.
Yeah. You just have to revive yourself afterwards. That is all.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
I guess maybe what if we are going back to Sharn, I'm 1,000% going to be working on that project for.
Yeah, and I will be looking for some stuff to, like I said, to shield us from psychic detection.
I guess that's what we'll do. If we're gonna have to go back to Sharn anyway, I guess I'm gonna work on that project of mine.
Right.
And at least that way, when I come back, I'm gonna give it to his friend, and I'm sure he'll try and stop me, but I don't give a shit at this point. I would rather him be mad at me and I actually fix something that I broke, than just like not do anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Before we begin, I need your help here because I need to generate a series of names.
All right. Here we go.
Well, first, before we do it, I need to find
the music.
Well, that too.
The music.
Yes.
Yes.
So I need to pull up Xanthar's guide because they have a whole bunch of names in the back there.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Alright, let's start with you, Mick. Roll for me. It's going to be a 1d100.
43.
43, yes. Like I said, this is just for...
Names.
It's just for names. And now roll a second 1d100 for their last name, please.
Nice.
6-0.
6-0. All right, roll. What's your name? Creed. You do the same. Roll 2d100 for me, please. That's
2d100. You say.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
2d100.
84, 89.
And 89.
Oh.
No, I'm also a little bit
Yeah, no worries.
down in the spirit.
I just got off a couple overnights, so
Yeah.
I am yawning. I apologize.
No, it's good. It's fine.
No worries. No worries.
Yeah.
So, so that's not what I wanted. All right. Back to you, Mick. 2d100, please.
You got it.
Nice. Ooh, 100.
Oh, nice. Let's get those rolls out of the way here.
I'm really glad I used that 100 for the naming convention.
Yeah.
What else are you rolling it for?
Yeah.
Oh no, a treasure loot. I could have gotten a nice artifact.
Maybe. You never know.
That's my artificer. I can just make my own magic items.
Yes. Yeah. Once we're done rolling these names up, I will panic and look to find a
Magic item list. Yes.
not a magic item list, a playlist. While you guys get up, stretch, get yourself some coffee if you need it.
Okay.
All right, Creed, back to you. 2d100, please.
2d100. Here we go. 9 and 36.
36. Well, you're gonna get a kick out of that name. All right, Mick, back to you.
Another 2D100.
2d100, please. Yes, sir. I need another 4 more, including yours. Sorry, 36.
36 and 84. Do you have a 36 and 84, good sir?
I do. Actually, I just realized there is no surname for this. Because, like I said, I'm using this. Robin, before you roll,
Okay.
can you please give me a Chinese last name, a Chinese surname, please?
Oh, do you want it long or short?
Short, please.
Okay.
Something easy for an uneducated American.
Lin. It is. Lin. Yeah, Lin. Lin.
Lin.
It's easier.
Okay. Yeah, and when with Chinese names, it's the last name, and then the first family name, and then the first.
Yes, yes. It's the opposite, sequence.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. All right. And now I need you to roll 2d100, please.
No problem. 15 and 55.
55. All right. Back to you, Mick. Number 7.
Number 7. Oh, D100 again?
Yes, 2d100, please.
Okay. 52 and 3.
52 and 3. I'm trying to find the name here. Yeah, why does the DM need you to generate all these names, you wondering?
I'm wondering. I think there is a mystery afoot.
Yes, there is going to be a mystery. And Creed, do the honors and give us the last name, please.
All right. 2d100? Okay.
Yes.
14 and 28.
14, 28. Now, like I said, stand up, stretch, get yourself some coffee there if you need it. I'm gonna be finding some music and quietly panicking while I try to get everything matched up.
No worries. You'll be fine.
It is something I downloaded in like the last, 3 minutes?
Yeah. It's okay. Oh, good.
I quickly read through it.
Take your time to read.
Now I'm a little concerned.
No, I'm sure he will pull something out of his ass. It's fine.
I'm a master of the ass pull. So
yeah.
You'll just figure it out. You know what? I believe in you. Believe in the me that believes in you.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that, like the how DMs prepare meme.
Yeah.
It's like just DM on the side, just like, yeah. So I spent the last couple weeks, really making sure that everyone had their, lore pages ready, and the characters had their backstories and multiple branching paths and stuff like that. And then it cuts to other DM, and it's just got a piece of paper where like invited wagon.
For me, it's the meme where they're like, my players are like, oh yeah, this is so amazing, I can't believe you did all this work, and then it's just me, the DM, who's making this all up.
How did he do that?
How did he do that? I am the master of the ass pull. Alright. Alright, yeah. So, now I need something here. Some music. Actually, hang on, I just realized there is a pretty interesting one. See if I can find it again. Realize let's see. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay, you know what? This will do just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Start an activity here. Oh, we could actually play games on this.
Yeah.
When did Discord add all this stuff?
Discord's got all these new features.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, I mean, they've always been putting, new features into.
The reason why Discord has these old features is with the power of Wix.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. I don't know if you can hear...
Falling asleep on the train at night. Yes, we can hear that.
Yeah, this will help me stay awake.
Yeah, this will definitely help us.
Well, I can find...
No, it's fine. I'm just kidding. It's good.
I like it.
Yeah.
I do have an interesting story about how I set up a rainy ambiance for my players, and one of the players legit just fell asleep in the session. God damn it, Alex!
Wake the hell
I
up.
set up a mood here. Would you play the nice calming music? What was I supposed to do?
Nice.
Alright, I can dig it. It's a nice vibe.
Alright, yeah.
Okay.
So you guys are, like I said, you are on the lightning rail. You're heading back. It's been a few days since you left Reckenmark. You have managed to pass through Fairhaven, and now you are on the lightning rail going back home to Sharn. Callum has told you that he will take you there, but he needs to collect his ship, and he does not want you coming to see where it is. Based on what he's told you, you believe that his ship is somewhere in the Lazar Principality, so over here-ish, on the far side. He apparently hid it there in the trust of somebody before retiring to Reckenmark as a teacher.
Gotcha.
But yeah, like I said, you are now on the lightning rail heading back home. It is another dark and stormy night. You made sure to check with the engineer up front, who basically said, yeah, everything's fine, don't worry about it. So what are you doing?
I'm sure everything will go fine.
Yes, well... actually, Yeah, the conductor, the guy in charge of this, is this massive half-orc who's almost, but not quite as, well, who's actually, he's not quite as tall as you, Mick, but he's definitely wider, and it's not a fat wide either. He's big. He's just big. And he said, "Well, yeah, you're welcome to check it out if you're welcome to check it out if you doubt. I mean, I'm gonna be keeping an eye on you."
Listen, I don't doubt. Let's just say it's been a long journey for me and my companions. I hope that nothing goes wrong this time for sure. Hoping for a smooth trip back to shore.
And immediately the conductor just looks around, panics, says, "Oh, there's no wood here. There's no wood. Why would you jinx us like that?"
I just literally, I'm gonna start face palming, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm fucking cursed at this.
I already knocked on my gun's hustle. Yeah. Holster.
I
Yeah.
just leave the room.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna go sit back in my chair and accept what God is going to smite me with today.
Yeah.
I will say this though, if I go back to my chair and I do have a little bit of like time to myself, I am gonna start working on the sketches and the blueprints of that that armor set that I'm gonna make for Callum's friend, and like really dive into all of the intricacies of making it as smooth and as safe as possible.
Right.
So that's probably what I'm gonna do, spending my time.
All right. Yeah. If that's the case, make an Arcana check. Let's see what you can design.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Thank you. Arcana. Well, I've got some intelligence. Yeah,
we're... Well,
I don't really think I can fix that.
Well, yeah, rather than like come up with something new, you come up
hold on.
Yes, this is awesome.
Hold on.
This brain in here. This is a reinvention of...
I want to ask something. Like,
what's up?
I have lucky. So, is it possible that I use my lucky to help him reroll?
I mean,
Sure.
I'll take whatever I can get at this point.
I hope I could.
Loose interpretation
It's all,
of the rules.
yeah.
What would be cool if Vulcan does allow this? It would be nice that if Creed points out something that even Mick didn't fully.
I would just say, like, Creed will fumble if Falcon allows it. I would just say Creed is fumbling with all the stuff, like, so he was just like, hey, I don't know, like, this seems interesting, and just, like, take something and push something or take something out, and yeah, that is what I do.
Reroll, Mick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope this helps.
Another natural one. I could use Flash of Genius.
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll use Flash of Genius.
Yeah.
To make that into a 18.
18. All right, with that, like you said, like I said, you initially were doing it. You realize, oh great, I'm just reinventing the Warforged. And then Creed steps over and says, "What if you took the wood out, and replaced it with the person?" And you were about to like smack him upside the head and say, "No, go back and start and let me do my inventing." And then you realize, wait a minute, that might not actually be as stupid as it sounds. Let's get into this. And then after about 2 hours of just erasing, redrawing, calculating, you come up with what is basically a suit of armor that this guy can wear. I mean, it's not gonna help him like with his mental trauma, but it will at least hopefully let him move around and hopefully stop peeing into a bag.
Yeah, that's the goal at the very end. I'm not going to be able to help him with the mental trauma, but if I can at least give him the ability to live a little bit more, that's the goal.
It would be funny. I would just like erase what Mick draw and just draw a stick man. Just like, what if it's a person? And joystick, man.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm setting up the different blueprints. I'm now at my initial, like, following different weird tangents, thinking about like how the Warforged were made, and coming up with some more loose ideas. Still under the stress of all the conversations with Callum, like this is a nice moment where Creed kind of like helps me kind of like put some more focus back, and I'm like,
yeah,
I think this will work. I think I'll have. If I can get the tools here, and I'll have to make sure the hinges account for the atrophy on his bones. I don't want anything to be too.
Right.
And I was like, yeah.
I think my stickman helps.
Already lighted
Yes.
a cigar, and I'm gonna take a couple puffs.
Nice.
Right.
And then I do look at Creed and go, thank you, Creed. That insight I think is what I needed for this.
Nice. This is the first time, like, usually when Creed messes around, like, Mick will just shoo him off. But this time he actually helped. He was like, I did something. I'm a genius. That is what Creed said. That is all. Yeah.
Like,
I'm a genius. Yes.
I'm about to say something snippy, and I'm just like, just nope. Shut up, Mick.
Yeah.
I just kind of roll up the blueprints for now, and I go, well, we'll have a lot of supplies that I'm going to need to pick up when we get back to Sharn.
Yes.
And I kind of like now thinking back at the conductor in the wood, I'm like sitting back in my chair. I'm like, all right, well, since we've got time to kill, all right, Creed, what's your bet? Bet
on our chances of having random encounters?
Oh, what is our chances of, what do you think is going to go wrong this time?
I don't know. Werewolves? Might be fun.
That's a good guess.
Yeah?
I was thinking vampires, actually. Maybe there's a vampire.
It's an old shtick. Like, and they can't be invited. And they can't get in unless they're invited. It's a moving train.
On the train.
Yeah.
The train is their home. They were born on the train, so they wouldn't need to get invited.
Oh.
Did you think about that?
Haha.
Bartholomew, are you team vampire or team werewolf?
He looks at you and says, he's just staring in horror at the rain coming down. He's just, I'm on team water falling from the sky.
You know what? I didn't consider a possessed water elemental.
Oh, a water weird, you say?
Rain.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I just take a swig, and I guess that's what we do for a couple hours. Is just theory craft all the terrible things that are gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh, in the meantime, like, Krieg do get a little bit serious and just say, so, like, for our problems at hand, like, I don't want to ruin the fun, but we do need something that could, shield our mind from mental effects. I know, while we're on the train, we can't do shit. But, from what I hear, my armor seems to be able to do, like, it grants me a small boon to help me shield, like, shake off some of the effects, but not all. You mind look into it? It's my vest, actually. And I show him the sundering, sorry. What was the name again? The scaled ornament. It was a vest. So I was wondering, can you maybe do something to help,
Try. I mean, can I just make like a general check?
Oh, yeah.
There's something that like I can do, like whether it be Arcana or something like that I can do that could maybe like recreate this magical effect that that Creed has.
Yeah, I basically I put the link in Discord. It's the scale ornament. So that's the magic item I get from the start. It's currently slumbering. It's an uncommon one. But it's from Fispin's, Guides to Dragons, so it could potentially level up and I don't know if like this will help Mick to create something similar, or it could unlock the vest potential. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What was slumbering again?
The vest, the scaled ornament. That's what it's called. But because ornament can mean a lot of different kind of suits, so I made it into a vest. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you can take a look. It's in the link, I believe.
Yeah, I took a look. It is that. It is there. I do not have. Don't
worry. I will. Hold on. I'm gonna.
It's a fistbands, right?
Yeah, it's a fistband. Sorry, hold on. I'll post a new link. Bless you. Hold on.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, I found it. There's just an annoying script in the way.
Yeah.
Because I do not like
Wondrous items. So it's currently at slumbering state.
Slumbering state, yeah. So skilled ornament, right?
Yes, I have advantage on saving throws to make being charmed or frightened.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But awesome. With a leveled up state, I could get immunity to that, to being charmed or frightened.
Yeah.
So I don't know if
from Mick's perspective, I don't even know that this item is slumbering. Realistically.
All right. So in that case, make another Arcana check to figure that out.
Yes.
Creed is going to ask you to have a look at it. So make another Arcana check.
20. Respectable.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh. And you're taking a look like, where did he get this? And then you realize what this is. This is a magical item created by a dragon somewhere. You're not sure who made this. I mean, you'd have to...
I kind of mentioned it earlier, like, in the past session. I did somehow mention I took part in a slaying of a dragon. Like, in previous session. Yeah.
Oh, well, in that case...
Yeah.
Might not... That's, as far as Mick, as far as you're concerned, like, that... Does Mick know this?
Yeah, like I said, I told everyone. Like I was just, it was just during the story sharing session.
My perspective on this is that I think it makes more sense that you probably told the story to Mick.
Yeah.
You tell a lot of stories.
Yes, and Mick feels like it's just it's just a made up story.
It's the first time I'm actually taking that story seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now that I've actually inspected the vest itself, and I'm going to be like, I do vaguely remember. You said you slew a dragon to get this ornament?
Well, I had some help, or technically I helped them. I'm not the main, like attacker. I just took part in the group.
I look at the giant fucking gun. No, I wouldn't expect you to be the attacker.
The scenario was probably like some army detachment.
Yes.
Somehow.
Yeah.
I do put that together.
Yeah.
They learned somehow that there was a dragon manipulating events. And so, like, the army it being at war and not having time for some puppet master behind the screen, sent a detachment out to hunt the dragon down and kill them. And they were given incredibly accurate information of where you could find the dragon's lair. And the dragon was a dragon, so this was not exactly an easy fight.
Yeah.
But you were able to finally bring the monster down.
Yeah.
So good news is Creed got some pretty sweet loot out of it.
Yeah.
Bad news is if another dragon
notice it.
In order to get this, you need another dragon, and if a dragon realizes this, they might cause some problems for you.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not. I mean, like I said, the dragons in Eberron, they are as equally capable of flattening a city as any other dragon in any other D&D setting. But this being Eberron, they prefer to act in a more subtle way.
Yes.
And you do not they will cause trouble for you in some ways. Like, for example, getting you evicted from your house, having you blacklisted from finding any more work.
Yeah.
Things like that. So it's possible to have it awakened, but like I said, you would need a dragon, and you would need to... It might be possible to do it by learning who the dragon was that Creed killed.
Yeah.
And then like seeing like did they have any rivals who would be happy to see the dragon gone, and then finding one of those rivals and hey, we bumped off your rival. Why don't a couple of years back? Why don't you do me a favor and upgrade this, please?
Yeah.
I do look at it a little bit more. I'm going like, well, it isn't a. I believe I've heard some of colleagues back in the day say that it's in a slumbering state. Getting it into an awakened state will probably prove to be relatively difficult. Although, to be honest, Creed, we do need to be careful because it's an item that can attract attention by certain groups if we're not careful. I might possibly be able to recreate it if I study it more. Once we get back home in Shar, and I could take a look at the ornament and see if I can maybe recreate at least something. It might not be as powerful, but maybe a minor version that we can have me and Bartholomew have. It's going to be tricky though, but I know we're going to need all the help that we can get.
Yes.
At this point, I'm going to be working on multiple projects anyway, so I'll add that to the list.
Yeah, sure. Just holler if you needed to, I don't know, study it. Just don't dissect it or, took it apart. That'll be fine.
I won't do anything that drastic, to say the least. You'll be fine.
Gotcha.
All right.
I just kind of sit back in my chair and I'm going to be like, well, it's a long ride. I think I'm going to try and get a little bit some sleep before
why not?
The vampire, werewolf, water elemental shows up.
Please don't be all three combined. That's all I only hope.
Scooch into my chair. Close my eyes for a moment.
Yeah.
Internally, I'm like taking like a secret bet with myself. It's like, okay, is it going to be 5 minutes before something goes wrong? 30?
Yeah.
An hour? 2 hours? And I just maybe fall asleep if nothing happens.
All right. So you fall asleep, nothing happens. But you do wake up. And this one, when you wake up, you move your way up to the dining car to like get some breakfast, and you notice that of the handful of guards that are on there, most of them are standing in front of the door leading up to the first class car.
Okay. I will walk towards them.
Usual.
Yeah.
Also, there's no sign of the first class passengers here.
What happened? I just asked.
Yeah, one of the guards says, yeah, there was one of the first class passengers was murdered last night.
The fuck? Okay.
Yeah, so we've got everybody separate. You notice, you take a look around, you notice that actually one of the first class tables has a guard standing in front of it.
Okay.
He's just saying that, yeah, everything's off limits until we can figure out what's going on.
Well, we're still moving, right? The train is still gonna move forward.
The train's still moving.
Nah, that's fine.
It's the murder on oh god.
The Eberron Express.
the Eberron Express, yes.
I forget.
It was Oriental Express, I know. Yeah.
I say to the guard, I just say like, well, you happen to be happening to talk. God damn it, words good. It does happen to be that you are talking with some relatively talented detectives that we would be able to offer our services to you.
And the guards look at each other, and then they look back. They quickly get into like a little conference with each other.
Do they just scoot around each other? It's like, hey, should we trust this guy? That kind of situation.
One of them.
Be so funny.
Yeah, one of them looks up and says, "Yeah, you know, it's like this massive." Yeah, one of them looks up is this Warforged. He just says, "All right, here are the facts as we know them. Last night, one of our passengers, a fellow by the name of Egan Baker, an inventor who is loosely associated with House Cannith. He got drunk last night, passed out in his seat in the dining car. We left him there until this morning, but when we came in, he was murdered."
How?
I'm just nodding.
Like throat slit, like head bashed. How? What's the fatal wound?
Do we have permission to inspect the body?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or you could just tell us.
Right. Yeah. They gestured, and he was apparently shot with his own pistol, by the looks of things.
Okay, so when you, like, I need clearer situation. So when you say he shot by his own pistol, do you mean that he kind of made the suicide hand gesture, that kind of, or position as such?
No.
Well, where's the bullet?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Right,
where's the gun?
Here's my first question.
The murder weapon.
Where's the bullet wound?
Yeah.
In his back.
In his back. Oh yeah, he totally shot himself.
Well, yeah.
Like
That's a lot of suicide or whatever.
it's like the old joke. He committed suicide by shooting himself twice in the head.
Yeah.
In the back of the head. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So it looks like he was looks to be
Shot in the back.
back.
Murder weapon?
Okay.
The murder weapon.
Where is the murder weapon?
Well,
Do we see it?
does he have a pistol on him on the body?
1 second, I'm checking. The pistol is on the table next to him.
Okay.
Mhm.
My first thing that I'm gonna do is I am going to check and see. I'm gonna pull a CSI. I'm gonna look for gunshot residue.
Nice.
Yep.
I'm gonna see if this pistol. I'm also gonna inspect the pistol itself.
Yep.
Because, I've handled firearms, and stuff like
Right.
that. I'm gonna see if it looks like this pistol has even been shot, or if it's just like it was just planted here.
Yeah.
You don't need to make a check because you can determine this is the pistol that was fired. It's a revolver, much like yours. You can even, when you pop open the chamber, you can see like the 2 spent rounds are still in there.
Okay.
There's another 4 bullets that have not been fired.
Okay, so the gun was fired. Revolver was fired.
Let's recreate the crime scene. I'm gonna pull out some ropes and starting to map out the line of shot to to check out this position. Yeah.
See if it looks like.
Yeah.
Do you think like
where the gun was fired, so we can identify the height of the person? Yeah.
Because this is like is this a classic like train train room where there's like 2 seats in front of each other?
Yeah.
You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but no, this is the dining car. I will let's see if I can upload this picture to Discord to give you an idea of what the train looks like.
It's just more like I do like the idea that Creed is oh, okay, very useful.
Yeah, it's a locked room mystery, so we could easily,
So
identify.
we're in the dining car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Creed, you do know though that nobody. There are several other people in second class along with you, but so you know that nobody had. You 3 know no one left second class all night last night.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. A couple things that I'll do. Let's see. know, you'd think I'd have more detective spells.
I will. You know what? I will just ask around. I will finally be able to use my detective skills. So yeah, I'm an investigator, so I will just ask around. Using my official inquiry to ask people who, like, so we could tell that this dude is murdered in this room, so because there's no sight of being moved, right?
While you ask around,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do some more inspecting of the body and just double check, because I'm also thinking to myself the classic, like, something else killed him, you know?
Oh, okay.
It looked like it was a suicide.
Yeah.
I'm curious about the
Yeah.
body in the room.
That could be.
I'm gonna investigate that, and then Creed's gonna go talk to some people.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so while Creed goes and charms his way into speaking with the suspects, Mick, what you know, based on what you've seen, is that this guy, Baker, was slumped over the table, like, and judging by the half-empty cup of brandy next to him, he was probably just blackout drunk. Whoever did this was able to walk behind him, so they could easily, as long as it's a normal person of human height, they could easily just walk behind him, put the gun up against his back and fire, which is what they did. And then they just left the gun next to him.
Okay. I'm gonna do the classic. I'm gonna do where is it? Tattoo's gonna flare up.
Yep.
Probably nothing, but you never know. Just gonna
Detect magic. Yes.
There is an aura of magic on the pistol.
Ooh.
It's a magic pistol. Nice.
Yes, it is. All right. So while you try to figure it out, what is this magic? Why is it? What is the magic and why is it there? Creed, you go into the room. You do see there's a group of 8 people, including the conductor, sitting in the room, sitting in the first class room. They're not in their cabins. They are like leaning against the wall. One's looking out the window.
Yeah.
The room, obviously, a couple are naturally smoking, so you can see like there's like clouds of cigar smoke floating around. It's almost like being in a room with a couple of different mix.
I will I step in and inspect all of them, and I will take a step back out the door and ask the guards outside, saying, I have a few questions for you guys. So, first, did you guys hear anything at all during this time when you were?
No.
Okay.
Actually,
so none.
With you, you know that the magic on the pistol is actually, let me double check that.
A silencer? A silence spell?
Say yes, it is a silence spell that prevents the gun from making noise.
Sweet. Mick, take the gun. I need it.
Double check so I can go to school. No, yeah, it is a faint aura of illusion magic.
Nice.
And when you actually examine the gun, you do find lines of written onto it that you recognize as a silence spell.
Mick, take it. I need it. Yeah. But
Warforged guards, they looked at it and they said no, we didn't hear nothing.
Okay. So okay. First question out of the way. Second, anyone in or out of the cart?
Nope. The only people who were in and out at the time of the murder have been put into in the first class car.
All right. So and total blockage. Okay.
Yeah, they are the suspects.
Got it.
Also, interestingly, a lot of them came with Baker, and they were his retinue.
Oh, when you say a lot of them, exactly how many of them are, and can you point them out for me secretly?
Well, not the conductor. They said, well, not the conductor.
Definitely not the conductor, obviously.
You're saying I do kind of like after inspecting the body, I do join Creed.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, so mostly everyone's been moved to the first class area.
Yes.
The people that
All the suspects we have. Yeah.
suspects. All right. Well, we know that the gun was silenced so that nobody could hear it.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, do I? This is an interesting question. I don't know. I don't know if this is possible, but can I assume that the revolver was recently enchanted, in the sense where?
No.
Okay. Because my theory is that, well, if we know that the gun was silenced, right? Does that mean that there's a possibility that it was recently silenced, which means that it would have to be somebody of like some relatively arcane capabilities?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like my thought process.
Okay, yeah.
Or is there just like no...
Does he need to make any checks to inspect that? To be sure that if it's crafted currently. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I did a couple more checks on the body in the room before we go and start talking.
Yeah, same.
And then make an investigation check there, Mick.
Okay, Arcana check. Oh god, I'm on garbage.
And you know what? I'll help you with lucky. I would just say.
Save your luck.
Okay.
I'll do an investigation check.
All right, cool.
I'd rather save your luck for when we're talking with people.
Okay.
All right, and I'm gonna do an investigation check after that. God damn, man. I'm gonna flash a genius though, and I'm gonna make that into a 16.
Nice.
Okay, 16. With a 16 on your investigation check, you examining the body, and you notice that there's a curious-looking mark on his neck. And when you pull the mark back, you notice that it's actually a mark of making, which is very odd because normally a human, which is what Baker is, would have the last name of DeCannon because House Cannith is very big on keeping human marks of making inside of their house. But he does not. Like I said, his name is Egan Baker.
Right.
I will spell his name out.
Yeah, Egan Baker. And you're saying that he has a tattoo that would...
Not a tattoo.
A mark.
Making a dragon mark.
Yeah.
Is a very special magical thing. You guys have.
Yeah.
The mark of your own.
The Eberron, yeah.
You know that if any dragon mark person sees it, it's basically open season on you.
Yeah.
But like I said, he has a mark of making, and he is not a part of House Cannith.
Okay, interesting.
Which is unusual.
Yeah.
So he's not part of House Cannith.
Yes.
Okay.
I will ask the.
So what's
sorry, go ahead.
is that
go for it.
On the outside, he's associated with House Cannith, but after inspecting that mark, we can assume that that's not necessarily the case.
Yeah.
Okay.
You assume that, but then you realize, wait a minute, his mark, this is not adding up. He's not a member.
Yes.
Okay. I think we're ready to go and talk to some suspects then.
Wait, so about your theory, Creed will ask, so does it check out? The gun, the theory on the gun.
I'm assuming that it's kind of up in the air. It could have been like I'm assuming with that garbage roll.
Yeah.
You don't know.
It's kind of like it could have been pre-enchanted without us knowing. There's no way of telling if it was recently enchanted or not, realistically, and it doesn't have I can't deduce whether or not it's something that would have been done recently or not. So it's kind of up in the air.
All right, I'll ask the guard one last question. So you say those besides the conductor, obviously, some of them are the retinue of our Egan Baker, murder man. Can you point them out? Or does that some means all of them, the rest of them?
Well, I'm gonna double check here.
Yeah.
Is he gonna give us a list of suspects?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I asked him that. We kind of need to identify their identity and to investigate them to see if they match their, backstory.
Yeah. Taking a look. Well, let's see. 1, 2. 5 of them. 5 of them are known associates of Baker.
Okay.
The other 3 are just people who happen to be in the cabin at the time, first-class cabin at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you said 3 are not.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, 3.
Do we have the Do you guys have the identity on the other 3?
Yeah, they just, as far as they know, it's just they're just people there.
I don't think these guards are gonna have like a full like you know passport visa list of information. I think we're gonna have to actually dig out the information ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's get in.
This isn't the modern world in which there's like so many like background checks.
Yeah.
You know, all these like hoops you have to hop through just to travel from place to place. This is a fantasy world.
There are still hoops. It's just more, well, ways to get around it, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So we,
Ooh.
as you walk in, we are going to be switching the music up.
The rain stopped.
So okay, so you walk into a train car, smelling of cigar smoke and brandy. The people there are kind of they're still kind of like sullen. Like I said, they're glaring at each other suspiciously, and then when you step in, one of them, this dwarf, says, "Oh, finally, some inquisitives. We're gonna be able. You guys are going to solve this, right?"
We are.
Try.
All right.
We will try.
So just to give you an idea of what there is in there is 2 elves, 3 humans, a dwarf, a gnome, and the half-orc conductor.
2 elves, 3 humans.
A dwarf, an orc conductor, half orc conductor.
Yeah, a half-orc conductor. Yeah.
A gnome and half orc. Okay, it's just confirming. So 2 elves, 3 humans, a dwarf, a gnome, and a half orc. Correct?
That is correct.
Okay. I guess so. You know what? He's already called to action. I'll walk over and start, talking with him.
Ask him.
Alright.
All right, you good sir. Lovely. Well, not so lovely for you guys, but
get a
yeah.
basis of names.
Yeah.
Just general information.
Since you kindly offer yourself, why not start with
What's
you?
your name?
Yeah.
Alright, my name's Jimmert Iron Fist. I'll spell that out in the thing for you.
Nice. Iron Fist. Yes.
Yep.
Good man. All right. So, what's your business?
What brings you to the light rail to begin with, if you don't mind me asking?
Mm-hmm.
We're just trying to get a timeline. You're not under suspicion.
Yep.
So the more information we can get, the better.
Well, I was actually looking into Baker.
Looking into Baker? How so?
Well, honestly, I strongly suspect the man's some kind of a cash-grabbing arms dealer, and I was looking to see if I could find some evidence for that.
Interesting.
I mean, it doesn't help that the man, in one of my investigations, the man made a point of humiliating me.
And mind if I ask, why would you want to... Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you keep talking, Creed.
Oh, sorry. I would just ask, mind if I ask, why does it interest you to investigate if he's an arms dealer? Are you, by any chance, a law enforcer yourself?
No, but my brother was killed during the war, and I strongly suspect it's because of Baker, so...
Okay. So what do you do for a living, though?
He's talking about that. Can I just? I know I'm not best with insight. I'm not the best at insight. Looking at my insights. See if there's like a twinge of like, satisfaction that he's dead. You know, like almost like. I want to see if this is like a crime of passion.
Passion, yes.
Yeah, make an insight check. Yeah.
Can I
Do
please
it.
roll better? Okay, a 10. I'll take that.
He is an inscrutable dwarf.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I will ask him though. So you said that, if you don't mind me asking, that he partook in some sort of humiliation. You mind to go into further detail as to what specifically did to you know?
I'd rather not.
I see. I do find it interesting that you're on the same train as him, especially, you know, the
As
fact
I
that
said, I'm looking into him.
Do you mind me asking, so are you an investigator yourself, law enforcement, you know, gun for hire kind of deal? Like, what kind of profession?
More of like a scholar out in the Moor Holds, but like I said, I've turned my scholarly pursuits to more inquisitive methods after my brother was killed.
Okay.
What's your field of study?
I help House Contract study their safes and figure out how to make ever more impregnable vaults.
Oh. Okay.
You, talented in the arcane, if you don't mind me asking?
I think he is. Check. Says, yeah, I have to be.
Note. I'm just writing that down.
Duly noted. So, during your time as a scholar, and you say you are quite adept in the field of magic.
Not that adept.
Well, but you know a few things. So, do you know anything to, I don't know, keep the vault safe and like some kind of magic to keep it safe? Like, I don't know, fortify it, make it like, you know, quiet or make it loud? Yeah.
But my specialty is summoning monsters to defend the vault.
Oh, okay, interesting.
As well as
Conjuration.
some things in to trigger whenever somebody trips them. Whenever somebody goes somewhere they shouldn't be going.
Okay. Got it.
I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm just gonna kind of quickly walk around the room a little bit. I'm gonna stretch and I'm gonna activate my shoulder tattoo.
Do it.
Alright.
I'm just gonna walk around. I've got a nice aura around me, and I'm just gonna see if any faint bits of magic show up around these suspects, just in general.
Not in the...
Well, you'll probably sense me first because I'm in the vicinity, so...
Well, obviously, I know you have a bunch of magic.
Yeah, shit. Yeah.
I'm more thinking, like, I just want to do a general walk and see, like, if I feel any illusionary magic going on with any of the suspects, or possibly something that I could maybe link to the crime scene. That's kind of what I'm going for, with the detect magic. It's up to you. I might not find anything. I just
Not on the suspects, but you do sense there might be something coming out of the cabins.
Oh, okay. I guess that's probably, I'm assuming, part of the train in itself. Okay.
If you look at the blueprints for for everything, you check first class. Everyone is standing out in the hall, and then you can see right where it is where the cabins are. On the other side. Yeah, you can sense it coming out of one or two of the cabins, but you don't.
Interesting. So it's specifically one or two of the cabins. It's not like just a general magic aura from.
It's not from them. It's from the cabin, like I said.
Interesting. All right.
So
I might go investigate that.
Yeah, the conductor. As you go to the conductor says, "Hey, hold on. What are you doing there?"
I look at the conductor. Well, I'm doing as you asked. I'm detecting, looking for some sources of magic. You may be interested to know that there was illusionary magic cast on the gun itself. and I'm making sure that any other high sources of magical energy are properly investigated. And I'm sensing some high sources of magical energy from those 2 locations, and I point to the 2 little rooms in question.
Listen. Yeah, he is, and the conductor is going to look at the passengers, and he's just going to say, "There will be words about this later. But for now, sir," and he's going to look to you and say, "For now, sir, I do appreciate your help, but please, let's not violate their privacy. Not until we know for sure."
If I do have your cooperation, then would you please put 2 guards in front of those particular rooms? I don't want to leave and then evidence that could have been found at this particular time due to privacy get destroyed.
All right, he looks on and he calls out to one of the guards and tells him to come in, and you see one of the guards, like this absolute unit of an orc, just comes in and he just plants himself in front of the cabins.
All right, I look at the big orc, give him like a tap on the shoulder, friendly tap, and say, "Let me know if anybody tries to get into these rooms."
He just looks down and says,
I give him a respectful nod. All right. I guess I'm fine with talking. You know what? Who do you want to talk to next, Creed? You want to talk to the gnome? Maybe one of the humans?
I will talk to the gnomes, I guess.
All right. I'll talk with. You're gonna talk with the gnome. I'll talk with the elves.
"All right, so we'll start with the gnome."
All right. Name and business, if you please.
The gnome is just going to say, "I need to come up with a goofy voice because it's a goofy gnome with a goofy name." He pulls out this hip flask. He just takes a swig. He says, "Yeah, my name is Dimple Humple
Right.
Temple.
He deserves to die just for that voice alone.
He's like,
Oh God.
kill him.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I had to.
Oh my God.
I'm a gnome. How am I supposed to compete with that snake he's got in his trousers?
All right. I know this is gonna be terrible.
Yeah. Over here at Dimple.
Dimple, Humple, Dumple. Yep. He looks at you. He says, "Yep. So what can I help you with?"
So we got the name. So what's your business on the train?
Well, I'm just rich enough to get a first-class cabin.
Ah, damn it.
Yes, and what's your reason for travel?
I want to go to Sharn.
To visit, business?
Yep, I got friends who work at the newspaper there. Friends and family, I want to visit them. It's been a couple years. I mean, you gotta visit them at least once a century, right? Yeah.
Visit friends at...
He's clearly inebriated. He's just like those noises he's making. He's drunk. He's partly drunk. Like the conductor is just looking at him like, "How did you get that past me? How did you get that hip flask past me?"
Yeah, I'll look at him. So can I tell that if he's actually drunk or is he faking it?
Oh, if he's faking.
Yeah.
Make an insight.
Insight?
Yep.
Lucky. Hot garbage right now.
Yeah. Oh God, it's awful. Even well, it's not worse, but it's just all right. You know what? That's it.
It's worth doing a flash of genius. I gotta wait till we can roll above.
Yeah.
Before I use flash.
All right. So I can't tell, right?
No. All
right. Cool. Got it. All right. I'll just think that he is drunk. All right. And I'll continue my question. So, where were you during the, like, big reveal of our, yeah.
Well,
in your cabin, down the hallway?
No, I was in the cabin with that fellow over there, and he points to one of the humans.
And playing what? Like playing or, you know, discussing business?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Okay.
So he was like playing cards with this?
Yes, I believe. Playing cards.
Tell him that he sucks at bridge.
Playing bridge. Got it.
Noted.
With one human. Alright. Did you hear anything during the fight? During this whole time? Besides the... Or see anyone passing through a door? Yes.
He just stares at
He just looks at you. He just says, "No, I was in my cabin."
Well, but you could sometimes hear someone passing through.
Ask him which cabin it was in.
Yeah, which cabin you were in.
He points to one of the cabins that you sense the magical aura coming out of.
Oh. Okay. With magic.
He's actually super smart.
Alright.
No, trust me, I know I'm smart.
I don't say that out loud.
Yeah, Mig is just thinking in his mind.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Do you have any more questions you're gonna ask?
Let me think. He's rich. Yeah, he can pay for first class. So what do you do for a living?
Well, I work as a journalist.
Oh, so you are also a journalist. Okay, got it.
Yep.
Any great, news reviews I've ever read of? Headlines you've ever posted?
He is going to pull out of his pocket something he clearly carries around with him. It's this piece of paper that's been folded up, and as he unfolds it, you realize, to your horror, that it is a lot larger than it seems. It's got like all these headlines just cut and pasted onto it.
Nice. So, based on what you say, Falcon, can I deduct that he has magical items? Maybe a bag of holding?
He has something in his cabin. You're not sure what.
No, I mean, when he pulls out the paper, you said it's larger than it looks. Does that mean he pulls it out of a bag of holding and,
no, I think what Falcon means by that...
Oh, it's just like a lot of... He folded it really tiny and then on fold it's huge. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Just a big old piece of paper, and like I say...
Like his trophy wall, basically. Yeah, got it. Okay, so, like, any headlines I might recognize? Like, huge headlines?
A couple.
Okay.
Let me figure
And I do, don't worry, you don't have to go through. I just want to know, do I see his name being printed on it?
Yeah, you do. You recognize the headlines, and when you check, you do see, it was written by this guy, like, Tree Hugger Tells All, and, that's a story about how, like, some druid out in the forest is talking about how they have a giant tree out there that speaks to them and gives them wisdom and guidance. Total nonsense, really.
Oh, so he mostly report, I wouldn't say fantasy, but just like small but no one cares kind of stories, like Aliens or something like that. Like the tablets.
It's some like mysteries as well.
Okay.
Well, there's another one called The Enigma of the Diamond Voice. Basically, some mysterious playwright in Sharn who writes these absolutely heart-wrenching, tear-jerking plays. It's the kind of thing that you come away just like crying like a little baby.
Yeah.
So you know that he's writing for the Sharn Inquisitive.
Mm-hmm.
He's a writer for that, based on these headlines.
Yeah. So he's a tabloid journalist, sort of.
Kind of, yeah. Some of the stuff is serious, some of it is not.
Nonsense. Okay. Or what we thought is nonsense.
Both. Journalists can write like legitimate.
Yeah.
Journalists can write complete garbage.
Yeah.
Depends
on the day.
What they wants.
Depends on the day. Okay, got it.
To my end, and I'll write it.
Yeah.
Well, these are the works that I'm actually proud of.
Yeah. Do you by any chance know anything about magic? Like some sort of
tricks?
Well, what I mean is actual magic. The spells you cast, anything like that.
Some people think my card tricks use spells, but no, I don't.
Okay.
Alright, I don't think he's an arcane caster.
No, I just want his words. If we later find out he knows a few things, then, that's me just explaining as a player, not me talking to Creed. Yeah. So that will conclude my questions. Thank you, good sir.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna cut over to our boy Mick.
Are the two elves together, or are they like separate?
Double check. I believe they are separate. Yeah, they're separate. They're both women. They're both like keeping a close eye on each other.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll talk to.
They're not. They don't look like they're on friendly terms.
Fair enough. All right. I will just go approach one of them, I guess.
Yeah, as you approach one, she looks at you. She says, "I don't know anything."
I kind of look at. I'm simply just trying to get a timeline. What's your name?
No, she says, "My name's Caliph. Caliph Amkir."
I kind of, do you have like a vague description of, like what kind of clothes does she wear? Does she look like she's from high class, lower class?
She looks, the best way to describe it, her appearance is femme fatale.
Oh, damn.
Like high class, low.
She's a hot class dame.
Yeah, she's a hot damn.
More like, no, not like that. Like
not like that. Okay.
She's like the kind of woman who sleeps around to manipulate other people into doing what she wants. She's like I said, she is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. She's wearing like very daring clothes.
Yeah.
She's got like one of those long, I think they're called cheroots. I don't know what they're called. Cigarillos? I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
like,
fancy clothes.
I mean, no, for like no, it's not a cheroot. It's one of those fancy like smoking things that they have, that the ladies use.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Fancy
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, let's have a look. Oh, I can't. Here, I want to find this. I think this should like give an idea of what she kind of looks like. Except
okay, that was
kind of a
general idea.
Yeah. So yeah, she's just looking. She says, "I don't know."
Oh, okay. The cigars for ladies. So
yeah,
the long stick. Yeah.
What was it called? I can't remember.
All right. I am gonna talk to Keyleth. and I'm just gonna say, we're simply just trying to get a timeline, some questions. First things first. What have you? What brings you on this lightning rail to begin with?
Question: What is she willing to reveal? Yeah, she says, well, not to put too fine a point to it. I was his ornament, if that makes sense. His arm candy.
I see. So you did know the victim? Question.
More than you'll ever know.
Hmm.
I'm not good with innuendo. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. We know what you mean.
I'm trying to get a general vibe of her. I'm just kind of like listening intently, writing down notes, and I'm just going to say, what was the last time you saw him?
Says the day before the murder, he was getting sloppy drunk, so I had to go back to my cabin.
Understandable. Did you notice if he was armed at the time, the last time you saw him? Gun and, holster kind of deal? Or...
Of course he was. Man was paranoid. He bribed the conductor to let him keep his pistol.
Oh. I know that bribed the conductor to keep...
Yeah, the conductor overhears this and gives her a look that says, I am going to strangle you.
I gotta give him I turn my head towards the conductor after she says that. I just kind of smile. I'm like, I guess I'm gonna have to talk to you at some point, Mr. Shithead. As I just kind of my notepad, still writing stuff down, I say, all right, so he bribed the conductor to keep pistol arm can. Do you mind me asking what room are you partaking in at this time?
Yeah, she points to a room. It's not one of the room that. It's not one of the magic rooms.
Okay. Good to know. On the magic room.
It's called a cigarette holder. I finally found it. Yeah.
Okay. Cigarette holder. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm trying to think what else I want to ask her. She's very cagey. I gotta ask it in a way that she might reveal a little bit more. Oh, God damn it. Words. Must do words good.
Ask her if he's good in bed.
I don't think that's going to help us solve the mystery.
I'm just throwing curveballs for the DM. Just being mean to the DM.
I'm sorry,
yes.
I can't do good on coming up with these.
Yeah,
no, it's fine.
Very straight-laced.
Yeah.
Fine. There's a character in Disco Elysium who has a very similar kind of vibe to that.
Okay.
So I do look at her and I say, well, as somebody who probably hears things, do you think you think anyone on this train might have had ill intent? Anyone you suspect might have been responsible?
Yeah, there's quite a few people. Take that one over there. And she uses her cigarette holder to point to the to one of the humanoid, a stone-faced human woman. You see her?
Yeah.
That was Baker's wife.
Really? Baker's wife is I kind of tilt my head now thinking, so let me get this straight. So Baker's wife was okay with, if you don't mind me asking.
No, she wasn't. But that was the heart of the charm.
I hear that, and I'm like, oh lord.
Yeah.
So the wife and the mistress.
I mean, it's basically over between them. I mean, I don't think he ever had any intention of leaving her, but it is basically over between them.
I have a question. Though.
Interesting.
Is this a revelation that happened recently?
No, it's been known for a while. Like I said, it's basically over between them.
Noted. All right. I think I'll have to go and talk to the wife next. Can I? You know what? I am curious though. I'll if I can. Can I make an insight check and see if she's trying to, if I get the vibe that she's trying to lead me astray?
Make an insight check. Go right ahead.
Surely I can roll. Hey,
not bad.
16. You know what? Fuck it. I'll flash a genius and I'll make that a 21.
Yeah. You know what? She's obviously keeping some things from you, but you don't think that she's trying to mislead you in any way.
Okay. Keeping secrets, but not necessarily trying to manipulate me into looking elsewhere. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, I can get that. All right, well, I give her a respectful nod, and I think, yeah, we're gonna go talk to the wife, cause I gotta figure out what the fuck kind of thing was going on here.
Yes.
All right. I guess, or do you want to take this one, Creed, or do you want me to handle this one, or?
No, you can handle this one. It's fine.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay. I'll head over and talk to Egan's wife.
Yeah. She looks at you and she says, so did that hussy tell you everything?
She gave me the Cliff Notes version. I am assuming you're Egan's wife, if I'm to be correct.
Says, yes, I am. My name's Linya.
Linya.
Yep.
Okay.
That's why I was asking Rob.
Yes.
Yeah. I see. Okay, got it. So, if you don't mind me asking, then,
Her name's
how
Yam.
recent of a development was this relationship acquired? I guess. Is this something that has been going on for years between you and your husband, or is this something he kept secret and you've only just recently learned about? I'm sorry to pry, but it's mostly to make a timeline and to get all the facts straight.
Just as it's been going on for about 3 years. He wanted. This was around. It's been happening for 3 years ago. He tried to rejoin House Kent. His mother was kicked out because she went against she broke some very serious rules. I don't know the specifics. All I know is his mother was kicked out, and she had her. It was bad enough they surgically removed her dragon mark. And when he was born, like the stigma was carried with him. They did not want any part of him. They did not want to have anything to do with him. And well, for the past 3 years, he's decided he would rather clap knife-eared cheeks than be faithful to his wife. And well, you see where it's gotten him.
I must admit, sorry to say this, it does put you in a position of suspect.
Yeah, suspicion? Yeah, I figured.
Where was your husband traveling to on the Lightning Rail? I'm assuming he gave you some idea as to where you guys were going.
So, yeah, Sharn. I don't. He wanted to go to Sharn to make one more attempt with House Kenneth out there. If he couldn't get anything, he was planning to go back to Under, to the Kenneth Enclave there and try his luck. But
Did anybody know of, did he tell anyone else that he was making this journey to Sharn in order to make one last attempt? Anyone at all? Anyone that might have been suspicious, that may have been inquiring about your husband's current journey?
Who's she gonna point out? She is gonna point out one of the elves. She's going to point out the second elf, Kalith, and then she's going to point Kalith. She's going to see. She's going to point to the third human, a youngish-looking man of about 18 or 19. And then the third human as well.
So two of the other humans knew about this.
Yeah, the elves and the humans basically are her.
Okay, got it. Elves and humans knew about trip. Okay. He must be wanting to make one attempt in the house. Okay, elves and humans knew about the trip. What else can I ask? No, sorry, excuse me.
No worries.
Ask her if he knows anything about magic.
Oh, I guess that's true. Good thinking, Creed. You ask her, if you don't mind me asking, have you any talents in the arcane?
Look. You just say. 1 second. Is that arcane? No.
Okay.
My magic is more divine in nature.
Oh, I see. Cleric, paladin, just a general worshipper of the gods.
Priestess of the host, yes.
Oh. I give her a respectful nod. And I do say that, well, last question. What room, if you don't mind me asking, were you and your husband in the same room, or did you have a separate room for yourself?
Separate. Check.
I just want to make sure if she was in one of the magic rooms.
Yeah. She's a human, right, Linya?
Yeah, human.
Okay, got it.
Human girl. There were two human girls, the wife and the femme fatale.
Oh,
no, the femme fatale
is an elf.
Oh,
yeah.
You're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Femme fatale's the elf. One of the humans is
wife.
Yeah.
Alright, yes, she points to it, and it is one of the ones you sent magic coming out of.
Okay. What's her on my list? Was in magic. Okay, well, I just, I thank her for her time, and I guess I'm gonna have to move on to the next suspect.
Yep.
Do you want to just go talk to one of the other elves next?
Yeah.
Finish the elves.
Yeah. I'll go ask the other elf, I guess.
Okay, yeah, you can handle that, and then once you're done, I'll go talk to the other humans.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
So you quickly go, you compare notes. So Creed, you're gonna go talk to the last elf here.
Yes.
Yeah, this elf is almost like the complete opposite of Keyleth. She's on the short side, very mousy. She's not any great beauty, but she does have a spark of high intelligence in her eyes. But and when she looks up, she says, so what do you want to ask?
Name and business? Just a routine question check.
Yeah, obviously, I should have guessed. My name's Shava, and business is business.
So Shava, hold on.
Shava Theron, yes.
Okay. Business is like trade, is like,
My business is
travel agent.
Sounds redundant, but during the war, when Baker was trying to get back into the good graces of House Cannith, we worked together on a couple of things, on a couple of business ventures. And, well, the fucker decided to drive me out when he realized that it was going to be big.
What was his business, though? Oh, sorry. What was your business?
I think, well, you may have to coax her out of that. I think it might have been an illegal thing that she doesn't want to say to the cops.
Oh, okay. Well, but I still ask. Yeah, I don't sugarcoat it. Weapons?
Yeah.
Interesting.
We manufactured and sold weapons specifically to people who really had no way of paying the prices House Kenneth demanded, and people, you know, like farmers, townspeople, people just wanted some way to survive in the chaos of the war.
Okay. So, you do realize this will put you in a disadvantage, right?
So, what do you mean?
It's a murder investigation, sort of. And you, my friend, happen to have an agenda with our deceased.
I suspect everyone here has an agenda.
I
watched how your Minotaur friend was interrogating those women over there.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it interrogation, it's just checks. So, yeah.
I'm not a real detective.
No, I was just trying to lower her guards, but you know,
I know
yeah, I know. I'm not a real detective. Yeah, so I will just continue asking. So, but why do you still go on this trip, though? You answered the previous ones.
Because he owes me 100 gold, right?
And is he willing to pay you back? Does he say he's willing to pay you back on the train? Because it doesn't look... The transaction could be easily done without going through all the trouble.
I was trying to ply him with drinks the night of the murder, but he can't hold his liquor to save his life, apparently. So he sat down, so I decided to go sleep off my drinks. And hopefully, I was hoping in the morning he would be sober enough that we could discuss this.
So you were trying to to negotiate during drinks, but he passed out, basically. Interesting. Okay. But what do you think a man with his situation would, be happy to pay you, especially when he's got the upper hand? Because that doesn't make any sense, right?
Well, he seemed interested in my help for some business venture.
Which is still related to the weaponry you mentioned before?
Yes, there are... Yes, the last war might be over, but that doesn't mean peace has settled on Corvair. The Eldian Reaches... on roll 20, along the road map. So on roll 20, the Eldian Reaches, she's talking about this part right now, this giant forest out here. Because the Eldian Reaches sit sandwiched between the nation Drawum and the Demon Wastes. Occasionally, demons will come marching out of the Demon Wastes to attack the druids who live in the Reaches. And the monsters of Drawum don't seem to understand the concept of personal space. So, they need their magic can only go so far. They need some practical things. So, we were going to go to Fairhaven and discuss it. Once we had reached Sharn, we were going to go back to Fairhaven and discuss it further.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just taking notes. Sure. Okay. Okay. Do you, by any chance, know a few things about magic? Spells, the arcane.
Yeah, she says, I knew. I had to. When you're in an arms deal or in a war, people will want to cut off the source of those weapons. Especially if you're not selling them to them.
So,
like I said, we were selling them to people.
Yeah, totally get it.
The armies had house cabinet to give them their weapons. People had no one.
So you said you returned to the cabinet. Let's continue with the previous question. You said you know a few things about arcane. Are you a wizard? Like warlock? What kind of practice? Do you learn it by packs or by study?
She says it's study, and I don't feel like going into it anymore. I don't see what it has to do with this.
Just routine checks. We need to know if someone knows anything about magic, because that could be useful. Yeah, magic. It's fickle, and it muddles the investigation sometimes. Let's continue. Further questions. So you said you went back to the cabinet. Well, your place to sleep when you finished. Where do you stay? Which cabinet?
Cabin. And it's the one that, again, is the one that she had that makes sense to manage out. She says, I have a sleeping potion in there. It's a prescription.
Oh. Why would you need a sleeping potion?
Actually, okay. No. No, she doesn't say that.
Don't worry.
That was somebody else. That was someone else. She just said, I just want to. I just want to. It is.
No worries.
Yeah.
But she's in one of the magical rooms, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Just exactly how many cabinets?
So right now we've established the gnome, the gnome.
The human, right?
Shava.
Yeah.
And Keelif. No, not Keelif. Sorry.
Lynn.
Lynn.
Yeah.
All came from a magical room, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Just gonna write that down before I forget.
Yeah.
Just like I said, they are private.
And Dimple.
Yeah, Dimple.
That's one of them. Don't wear it out.
Oh, I won't wear it out. We're gonna throw you off the train.
Yeah. Whether or not you're the suspect, you're off the train. Bye.
Dimple's not off our shit list yet.
Yeah, you might be shitting with us.
All right. Do you have any more questions you want to ask her?
Yes. Since we didn't establish the term, so since you say you went back to the cabinet, do you remember when exactly, or the proximity of the time? Late.
Around midnight.
Midnight? Around midnight? Okay. Like 1 p.m., 12, sort of.
Yeah, around 12, 1 a.m.
Got it. All right, no further questions. Thank you for your help. So I want to save us the trouble. So Falcon, can we just assume that we ask everyone that which time they turn in or hit the hay?
Yeah, go to bed. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, a couple of them did. Don't know who said what.
Okay, so we asked the dwarf. Yeah, we asked the dwarf.
Yeah, we've talked to Dimple, Humple Dumple.
We asked the Iron Fist and Keyleth.
Yeah. Kermit, Iron Frog.
Gimrot, Iron Fist. Yeah. Kermit the Frog. Yes, Kermit the Frog. That's our dwarf.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, because we've talked to Shava, Lynn, Keyleth, Dimple, and Gimmer.
Iron Fist, yeah. Gimmer.
That's 5 people.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So there's 3 more. The conductor,
and then
and
2
2 male humans.
Yeah. But before, like I said, I want to know the other 4, you know, Gimrod, Keyleth, and Linya, and Dimple, when did they turn in? Because they all say they turn in,
general,
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just turn in the general night, or was
Yes.
there like a specific
Time.
Like, one stands out.
Yeah, because we're establishing the timeline, so.
Let's see. Yeah, Gimmert and Keyleth were in their cabin, talking to each other.
Okay.
They went to bed at around like 8-ish, and then they woke up around 4 in the morning. The time's about 5 in the morning right now.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, so they woke up around 4 and were talking. Like I said, Shava went to bed at around midnight after he watched watched Baker drink himself silly.
Right. Okay. What about Lynn? When did she go to bed?
Lynn was in bed at around 8.
Okay.
Around 8 or 9.
Okay.
And then what about the old Dimple?
Yeah.
Dimple was in his cabin. He was, at the time, he was talking.
Alright, he was just talking. Alright.
With another person.
Gotcha. Alright, I'll just go and talk to one of the human males, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright. Which one? The youngest looking one or the older guy?
God, I feel like one of them was mentioned. I think Shava mentioned something about the younger one.
Yeah, the 18-year-old dude.
Yeah, we'll talk to the younger one.
Alright. Younger dude. Okay. Interesting. So... Yeah, you go to him, like I said, he's a younger looking guy. One thing you notice is he bears a very odd resemblance to Baker.
Oh. Bastard child.
Interesting. That's probably the kid. Legitimate or not.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I do walk over to him and go, alright, we're just going through the motions here. What's your name, good sir?
Is Wyman. Wyman Telstag. Wyman Telstag. I will put that. Thank you very much.
Yes.
There you go.
So, Wyman, what brings you on to the lightning rail, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I'm his bastard son.
Figured as much. Alright.
I mean, I tried to get in touch with him, he never said, and he just ignored me for years. Suddenly, just out of the blue, he said, "Yeah, why don't you come with me?" I don't know why he changed his mind.
Interesting. Sudden. How recent was this message? Was it just like a couple days ago? Was it like...
Yeah, it says, it was like right before the trip.
Interesting. Okay. I'm trying to think. What little... I'm curious to know, what was your relationship before this? I'm assuming he tried to cut you off, like he didn't want to make any contact at all before this out-of-the-blue message was sent?
Yeah, he said he had said, well, at first he denied it, but then he said, yeah, I have, and then he suddenly acknowledged, he says, I had no idea that you were my son, and very nice to meet you, why don't we come talk about it further? Yeah. Never got to know him, which... He lived a heck of a life by the sound of it, though.
It sounds from all the stories I've been hearing so far, he certainly did. Did any of the other individuals that are on this train, did any of them ever approach you about anything, really? Out of curiosity, other than perhaps his wife? Well, honestly, no. Honestly, no. Scratch that. Did any of them ever approach you about anything at all?
Yeah, he says, no. I mean, I met that guy. He points to the older gentleman. He says, I met that guy at the station when I joined up with Baker. But
Interesting. Anything before I go and talk to him? Anything about this individual you know about? Or just a friendly face that you met recently?
he is, he's gonna say, well, the older fellow, I know he is one of Baker's retainers.
Interesting.
That's about it.
Baker retainers. All right.
He is,
I don't think.
I believe he is he is a member uh, House Cannith, like an emissary, somebody who left the house to help Baker out.
Mm-hmm.
But
I just nod and I go, just going through the motions here. Arcane caster by any chance? Any training in the arcane?
check. He said no.
No, just
I mean, I'm
just
pretty
check.
good with a sword, but
Oh, a sword. Okay. He seems pretty. I know. I was gonna insight check him, but I'm kind of getting the vibe that he seems relatively normal. Question mark. I get the sense that he just went on this trip to reconnect with his father, but it just didn't go the way that he expected, unfortunately.
yeah.
Actually, I am. Well, at first I was like, he doesn't seem that upset that his father's dead, but that could actually just that could just be just a general reaction, considering the fact that his. I don't feel like using an insight check on that. Yeah, I'll save my insight checks for later because my rolls are garbage anyway. All right, I'll just give him a respectful nod and go, well, we're almost done interrogating everybody, so we'll let you know if anything comes up.
He just gives you the thumbs up.
All right, I guess I'll go talk to the human male, and then I think all that's left is the conductor.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
Yep.
Conductor's the last one. Yep. So the next one introduces himself as Gunther de Cannith. Says, yeah, I served his mother faithfully, and now I'm serving her son.
Oh, you served
Baker's mother, yes.
Baker's mother. Oh, I see. Okay.
After she was kicked out, and I didn't really agree with it. And part of it was to keep an eye on her.
I must ask then, since you seem to have you might have had a close proximity to Egan, did he ever mention anyone before this trip or show anything that might have been like suspect or strange during it? Anything at all?
Yes. He says, what do you mean strange?
What did he make? Did he make mention that maybe somebody might have like wanted to take him out, for example? Maybe like he got a call.
It's a given. I mean, the guy was a manipulative little prick.
I mean, I
I
have
really
established
stayed
that.
with him. I only stayed with him out of loyalty. He used people and discarded them as he needed, and as long as Linya stayed with him, he didn't care if she was unhappy. He just cared that she stayed with him.
Did Lynn ever approach you about any solutions in quotations to her woes?
Yeah, she floated divorce a couple times. I said to that, I warned her against that because he might not be a member of House Canada, but he does have enough wealth and connections to solve problems.
I see. Right. Hmm. By any chance, you're not an arcane caster or anything like that?
Yes, does. Nope. Pretty good with martial arts, though. I don't know if that counts.
Interesting. All right. I don't really think that he's a main suspect, so I'm gonna go and I'll grab Creed, and I guess we'll go talk to the conductor, who's the last guy.
All right.
Yep.
You go to the conductor. Where is he? Like I said, he is this towering half-orc. He's not quite as towering as Mick, but he's definitely a lot larger and wider.
Right.
It's not like a bodybuilder, but he is
just big.
Like, he's large. He's built like a brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
He is introduced as Morg Stonehead. And despite his voice, he is actually surprisingly educated.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Ah!
Wait, what? That's
oh, sorry.
Oh.
No. I think I left.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. No, it's because it ended.
Oh, I see.
YouTube did something, and then.
Yeah.
Damn you, YouTube. All right, I'll go talk to Morg. All right, I kind of because remember we know that Morg took a bribe.
Yeah.
I have to hold that against him. So Morg, you seem to be our last stop on this little travel through investigating.
Yep.
Yeah. You want to elaborate about that bribe? Because if you're willing to, I'm sorry to say this, Morg, but if you're willing to take bribes to get a gun on board, were there any other bribes that we need to be aware of?
It says, he just sighs and says, I know it was a stupid thing. I shouldn't have done that, I know.
Alright, look, I do say that, like, look, listen. Regardless of whether or not you know that it was stupid or not, listen, we all gotta make a buck. I understand what would lead you to such a decision. But I need to know if anybody else proposed a possible, like, deal to get something on board. Whether or not it'd been, like, maybe something that could have been used for violent nature, other than the gun in question. I need to know if anybody tried to sneak anything on board that may have passed your line of sight.
Says, no. If anyone snuck it on board, then they did exactly that. I didn't take any bribes. Other than from him.
I'm gonna look at Morg and I'm gonna get... Listen, Morg, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know you want me to respect the privacy of the individuals in question, and I'm more than willing to not go snooping too much into their rooms. But the reality is that the two people that I believe have the most reason to kill this guy were in those two rooms that you seem to be protecting. Inadvertently.
Not just their room, it's everyone else's.
Look,
Grief, are you accusing me of favoritism?
I am not accusing you of favoritism, but I will say this. Unless you want us to just end up in Sharn with a unsolved murder and a lot of questions to your boss that you're going to have to answer, versus a solved murder and a crisis averted, we really need access to those rooms.
You know, you are willing to accompany us. Yeah.
Sure.
And I will like chime in. I will just say, you know, Morg, you are more than willing. You are more than welcome to join us in our search. Like we'll try not to touch anything private. Try not to snoop around too much. But if you feel comfortable that you are around to watch us work, you're more than happy to join. Help us help you.
Yeah, you have advantage on this intimidate check.
Yeah, that is why. Thank God you have advantage. That's why I asked.
Genius.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make that a 18. Not the best.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Morg. And this one, he buckles. He says, "Fine, but I'll be keeping an eye on you."
That's understandable.
And likewise. You are not entirely off the hook, you know, my pal.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. All right, let's get on to it.
I give him a bit. I give him a quick pat on the shoulder and I say, "Listen, the sooner we solve this mortar, the sooner that everybody can go back to their own business."
Yep.
Right. So which cabin are you going into?
Before we enter, I think this is me. That's it for me. I'm a little bit too tired for today. So yeah. Well, let's keep the mystery next time. Yeah.
Yeah. It is. All right. Well, I mean, at least we got to play, which is good.
Yeah.
We made some dice rolls. We got an actual mystery going here.
Yay! It's pretty fun. I know you did it last minute, but this is pretty good. Yeah. Yeah.
I think we got most of the information. We did all the interrogating. So next session we play, we can just
enter the room to investigate more. Yes.
Right. Absolutely.
All right.
All right. Well, unless anyone has any questions.
That's it.
As they say, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
All right. Good night.
Fair enough. All right. Good session, guys.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you
Good game. Good night, guys.
Later. Take care, y'all. Goodbye.
Bye.